AITA for not eating my meal at my cousin's wedding because my dad changed my selection. Several years ago, my grandparents had a 50th anniversary party. It was set up kinda like a wedding reception, so we had a choice for the meal. The options were two different German foods and steak. I was like 16, so I chose steak. Then at the actual event, someone couldn't come and orders were mixed up, and I ended up with a pickle wrapped in meat. Everyone insisted that was what I picked. So I tried it, but then gave it to my dad because I didn't like it. Later they realized that I ended up with the person that couldn't come's food. No big deal. Well, since then this has become a joke with my family. They've done it 2 to 3 times since. Whenever there's a wedding event with food selections. When my grandma was alive, she yelled at my dad for it since he's the instigator. I'm not sure if he's doing it to get 2 meals or to be annoying. Make me mad or what the deal is. My cousin got married Saturday. A few weeks ago they sent out cards to pick our meal. They sent all of ours. Dad's, mine, sister's, to my dad's house. With 1 return envelope. The options were steak, chicken, or stuffed portobello mushrooms. I selected steak. And specifically told my dad to, just let me have a damn steak instead of messing with it. He said, I won't write anything on your card. Then fast forward to Saturday. Everything is going well. Wedding is nice. We sit down to dinner and they give me mushrooms stuffed with vegetarian pilaf. I said, there must be a mistake, I selected the beef. Server said that the star on my place card meant I ordered vegetarian. I looked at my dad and he laughed and said, I called Natalie after we sent our cards and told her. You became a vegetarian and wanted to change your choice. My sister was there and said, Dad, don't you think that's getting old? I said, you said you wouldn't mess with it. He said, no, I said I wouldn't write on your card. I didn't. I called her. Now you have to eat mushrooms, ha ha. I said, no I don't. Some time passed and my dad said, seriously, you're not even going to try it? They're just mushrooms, they won't hurt you. I shook my head. I hate mushrooms and I'm sick of this joke. I sat there till other people started getting up. Then I got up and went by the bar and had a beer. And avoided my dad till I left. My sister later said that I should have at least tried a little. It was kinda rude to just leave a whole plate of food sitting there. She said I could have had some of the rice stuff. But for all I know there were mushrooms in the pilaf too. Honestly, this makes me not want to go to any more family events with a meal. AITA for not eating any of my food during the wedding. NTA, your father is not funny. The joke is old. And the bride and groom paid for a plate of food that was not eaten. Hilarious. NTA. I have no clue why this amuses others in your family. NTA. I have never liked the personality of people who take jokes too far. People who have to say I'm just kidding. It is really exhausting being around people like that. I think other people saying you should at least try it aren't understanding the situation. You're an adult and know what you want to eat. Don't feel bad. You are definitely NTA. Your dad is an asshole who is now wasting food and PPL's time. He needs to grow up, and I would fall back until he figures it out or do the same to him, but tell them he gets no meal. Your sister was wrong also. If you don't like something, why must you try it to appease everyone else because your dad likes to play stupid games? NTA. This isn't funny or some running joke. It's literally a mistake they ran with and turned into bullying? Beyond strange. NTA. If you're feeling petty, find an opportunity to do it to your dad. See how he likes his food being messed with. NTA. Your dad is a massive awe. You had much more restraint than I, which I probably would have thrown the full plate of food at him. Your dad owes whomever paid for the food the money for the wasted dinner due to his childish Behavior. NTA. I would have taken my dad's plate and said that if thought the mushrooms were so great, he could have them. NTA op. But your dad sure is, I mean, he's a full-grown adult past middle age and he's behaving like an immature little brat still in middle school, for crying out loud. Why the hell should you be forced to try something you don't have any interest in trying at a giant private event like a family wedding? And why the hell does your dad get his jollies off on depriving you of an important meal of the day? By screwing with your planned wedding dinner order? NTA. Next time ask for a separate invitation or confirm your selection. Make it clear to your dad he isn't funny and thanks to him you spent the night angry and hungry. I also hate mushrooms, so I totally get why you didn't even eat the stuffing. You can still taste them no matter what. NTA. Honestly, this makes me not want to go to any more family events with a meal. This is a perfectly reasonable solution. I would make sure your family knows why. I'd also phrase it in an ambiguous way. I've learned I can't eat a meal around my father without his interfering with my food and ultimately preventing my eating anything. That doesn't make any distinction between obnoxious teasing and enforcing an eating disorder. Ultimately, there really isn't a distinction here. Someone who behaves the way your dad does doesn't respond to reason or appeals to decency. Only consequences. That includes public shaming. NTA. And since this is a running joke in your family, though I hardly consider messing with someone's food a joke, your cousin should have asked you when your dad pulled what he did. Not saying your cousin is planning a wedding can be hard and confusing, but this should have set off an alarm bell. Your dad sucks. It was not rude to leave the food untouched, and to anyone who tells you it's rude, tell them to take that up with your father because it was his doing, not yours. Edit to add. Your dad is not a jester. He is a bully. NTA. Your dad is being an absolute ass. You asked him to let you have a steak, and whether he wrote on the card or not, he deprived you of your meal. It's a shitty joke. If your sister wants to talk about politeness, she can talk to your dad about how rude it is to ruin family events for you with his crappy joke. NTA. Your dad is a royal asshole who wastes food and money. Unsure why people tolerate this, but the more you stand your ground, hopefully the less funny it will be for him. Is he like this with other stuff? NTA. Your dad is. I am curious though. Pickle wrapped in meat. Was that a roulade? I never looked at it this way, but it is certainly true. D. NTA. You let him know that the joke isn't funny anymore and he still did it. Please tell him again that you don't find it funny and you hope he can respect that and stop changing your order for family events. Honestly, I don't know what to tell you if he ever does this again. I hope this stupid joke that he can't let go of doesn't impact your relationships with the rest of the family. NTA. Time for your dad to read the room. NTA. It wasn't what you selected. Not your problem if the food goes to waste. Holy crap. Your dad's an off for this. I'm with you on that. He's lucky you didn't make a scene for creating yet another situation where you don't get the food you want. NTA. The next time it happens, take his food before he can eat it and dump it out. See how he likes it. NTA. That's not funny at all, and your dad is wasting food that someone else paid for.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic AITA is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.